came chasing Mooch with an old broomstick. Shoot, 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 you old pooch. A couple kissing in the rain seemed to be in their own world. Mooch, unnoticed, hid behind them, escaping the swish of the broom in the rain. As soon as the angry husband was gone, Mooch left the cover of the couple's umbrella. As he was walking, he saw an angry bug heading towards a very long truck. At least Mooch thought it was a truck. The bug Sneakers was in a big hurry. I'm late, I'm late, I'm very, very late. Beep, beep, I'm late, I'm late, I'm very, very late. Beep, 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 beep. Excuse me, move out of my way, I'm late, said Sneakers, the angry bug who raced off to catch the train on time. Sneakers jumped on the train, he looked down, and his shoes were all wet. Oh dear, I'm wet, I'm wet, I'm wet. I'm very, very wet, Sneakers remarked. Oh dear, I'm wet, I'm wet, I'm wet. I'm very, very wet. He's wet. Mooch followed the bug and jumped on the long truck. He learned it was a train. The old choo-choo train ran all night. Choo-choo, chugga, 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 choo-choo, choo-choo, chugga-lugga, 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 choo-choo-choo, a choo-choo-choo, went the train. The train finally stopped 6 states away from his old home. Mooch woke up and jumped out. Wow, where am I? It was cold, so he ran and ran. Mooch was looking for a warm place to hide in. He looked and looked for a place that he could stay for the night. Finally, Mooch saw a house with a big red barn behind it through the trees. He figured they must be dog-friendly, as they had a statue of a dog in their yard. Oh, that's so cool. Mooch went behind, but no one saw him, and he snuck into the barn, and then he fell fast asleep. Throughout the night, Mooch tossed and turned in his sleep. He was having a bad dream because he was all alone. Oh no! He had no friends and no home. He had dreamed of a fairy princess who would help him. She was a beautiful princess who helped those lost and didn't fit in. Everyone came to Princess Serenity for help and offered her gifts. Oh, Princess Serenity. Mooch was so cold that he tugged and pulled on long strings of what he thought was a blanket to keep him warm. All of a sudden, hee-haw, 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 a horse snapped at him. Mooch thought of the horse's tail in the blanket. The horse grabbed it from Mooch. Just who do you think you are? And what are you doing, buddy? Mr. Choppers asked him angrily. What? Mooch looked around him and said innocently, Oh, I thought that was a blanket. Good try. Why don't I mistake you for one of my carrots and eat you? Mr. Chopper said, showing off his big yellow teeth. I'm not as tasty as a carrot, Mooch said. I'm Mooch. Who might you be? I'm Afternoon Delight, but they call me Mr. Choppers, Chopper said proudly. I used to be a racehorse. You used to race? That's so cool, Mooch said, as he was excited to meet a possible new friend. Mooch was standing right next to the water throw. A little boy carrying a bucket of water came up and poured the water right on Mooch's head unknowingly. Splash went the water. Drip, 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 drip. Oh, no! Hey, what's the big idea? Mooch said as the water dripped down his fur. Who are you? Odie said. I'm Odie P. Wilkins. Odie is my nickname, short for Alessandro. Odie, nice to meet you. My name is Mooch, Mooch said. Odie got a towel and dried Mooch. It's time for me to feed the pigs, Odie said, and he took a bucket and filled it with brushes. The apples remained in the pile on the ground. Oh no, he picked up brushes instead of apples. Mr. Choppers snagged an apple. That boy's going to feed them pigs brushes, he said. Can't he see, Mooch said. Hey, I never thought of that, Mr. Chopper said while chomping on an apple and then spit out the core. Mooch had a bright idea. I'll bring the apples for him, Mooch said, excited to be of service. Just follow the smell. Can't miss the mud patch around the corner, Mr. Chopper said while chomping up another apple. Mooch picked up the apples and put them in a basket. He went to the barn and turned around the corner. Suddenly, his paws got stuck in gooey mud. His footprints left a trail. Boop, boop, boop. Mooch went around the mud surface. He slid
ice skater, and his baskets fell and tripped over. Swish, 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 and skated zoomed on the mud. Apples went everywhere and rolled right in front of the pigs. Thump, 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 and the apples clunk, clunk, clunk. The pigs saw the apples flying at them and started to go hog wild. They looked in the direction of the apples and squealed in delight. Squeal, squeal, squeal! Oink, 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 oink! Oink, said Paisley Prowse and the proud papa of baby pigs. Oink, 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 squealed the baby pigs. Their brushes were scattered everywhere. Everyone was covered in mud. It was a mud pie party, and a baby goat came over and picked up a muddy apple. Bah, bah, bah. Who's the new kid on the block? Ginger said. Ginger gave Odie a handkerchief to wipe the mud off his eyes. Oh, thanks, Ginger. Don't mention it. Just keep the apples coming, Ginger said while chomping her apple. Mooch got up and stepped on 2 brushes and started to ice skate straight for Odie and Ginger. Look out, Ginger said. Mooch came barreling over and slid right into Odie. They did swirls and twirls until they came to a stop. What's that racket, Grandpa? Ginger said harshly. Grandpa Teeters looked down at the mess, mud everywhere. Odie was about to answer when Mooch butt in. Me, Mooch answered, covering for his new friend. Oh, what's that dog doing in here? Grandpa Teeters yelled. A snake slithered next to Grandpa Teeters all the way up into his big black boot. Oh, no, a snake! A honeybee named Pickles flew on Mooch's nose. That tickles, Mooch said. Mooch twitched his nose and ran right on the snake. Don't move, Grandpa. It's a snake. It's a rattlesnake, Odie cautioned. Snake where? Mooch said in alarm. Shiloh, the cow's cat, woke up and couldn't believe Mooch was tangling with a snake. Shiloh cried out to warn Mooch. Meow, meow, meow. Mooch picked up the snake thing, thinking it was a pitchfork. I'll get it, Mooch said, while throwing the snake spear safely away from Grandpa. That mutt is sure crazy, Grandpa Peter said in amazement. Oh, can't we keep him? Odie said with big, hopeful blue eyes. Keep him? It's up to your grandma, Grandpa Peter said. A sweet-looking lady in a red and white gingham apron came out on the porch. Company! Granny Nell was about to trip on a skateboard left on the porch. Mooch smelled food and ran into Granny Nell's calling. Mooch's paws went onto the skateboard, and he flew up in the air, and then he came down the porch and off again all the way to the tree swing. Mooch went around and around and around on the swing. You're a frisky little guy, aren't you? Grandma Nell said, while petting Mooch. Why, you should try out for the Olympics with those moves. And she went back up to the porch. Odie picked Mooch up with his hands. Well, they were too big, so he told Mooch to follow him. They ran up to the porch. Odie looked at Grandma Nell with doughy eyes and asked, Can we keep him? Please, can we adopt him like you adopted me? Mooch said, Oh, thank you so much. And so they got to keep Mooch, and it was happy new family for Mooch. The end.
Thank you for hitting the 5 stars, and thank you for generous donations. You can send your couple dollars to PayPal, petcarebuddies@gmail.com. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for making us a top podcast around the world. The end.